Alright guys, what's up? I figured I'm going to record this. You guys can watch it at your leisure, and then whenever we do VOD reviews, we will at least have some familiarity, yeah, with how the compositions run. You guys should remember, this is the one where you guys got absolutely shit stomped 3-0. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of not knowing what to do, a lot of not knowing who's playing what. But I'm not going to worry about that. I don't give a shit. All I worry about is what I'm going to try and show you is not who's making what mistake, but as the team is making a mistake, I want to point out what the mistake was, if there was a way to fix it, and not who is responsible, but how the team could have worked better to assist that person, or how that person could not have made the mistake in the first place. So I already watched this once through, just trying to like get an idea of what I was going to talk about, so I don't just come here rambling. But everyone here made some kind of error that lost either a team fight or made an error that forced someone else to make a risky play, and then that risky play got capitalized on. So without any further ado, we're gonna get into this. Actually, before we even get it going, we'll just move this over a bit. There we go. That's good enough. Just take a look at your composition. So you're running Lucio, Anna, fucking the Omega, the Alpha, the Zen Goats. You're running Widow and Reaper. So straight out the gate, you guys are going to get absolutely fucking shit stomped. The right play here, you'll see this a lot in Overwatch League and contenders, would be to, usually you have one person go out, usually your most mobile person. In your guys' situation, you really is only Lucio. But you would go out, use one person to kind of scout what the enemy team has, because, I mean, this is supposed to be 1080 by fucking 1920, 1080, but I can't even read that. 21 seconds? Yeah, so you have 20 seconds before this thing is you're even able to capture it, right? So a lot of teams, you'll see, they go out, they scout, they see what the enemy team's running, they say, fuck that shit, I don't want to die, and then they'll run back, and sometimes they'll even give up that point. You'll see a lot of teams, just this past week, I think it was Nepal, yeah. Teams were going out, Philly Fusion especially did this like twice. NYXL does it a lot. They'll go out, see a composition, give up first point, give up maybe like 10-15%, and they come back, and because their composition is better than the enemy's, and the enemy doesn't have the luxury of swapping their composition because they took the point, now they have to fight on the point, you can hard roll. So I would say every time you start out a map, like on King of the Hill or 2CP, a lot of times you'll see this too on 2CP, when you have a map and you're the attacking team, you're on the attacking team, what you'll usually have is a scout that goes up, reads the defense, and he'll say, hey guys, they're playing this composition, and then either you go, okay, we already picked a composition that's good for that, and then continue attacking, or you say, fuck that shit, I don't want to die, you go back to spawn, you come back, and you come with a counter to their composition, right? So think about that going forward. Just not, you don't always have to hard commit, like, again, this is scrims like super early, so like don't overthink it, but like in the future, like when the kinks are being worked out, that's going to be like one of the things that we're going to have to just start drilling with repetition. So you guys should not win this fight. I don't believe you do.
I don't even know where to stay. Oh,
Yeah, as another thing, positioning in this composition is going to be really hard for Nim. If Lucio is not right next to Nim, she's not going to be able to get anything done. That's a really bad angle to look at you guys at. He is staying next to Nim, which is good. He's trying to keep the tanks up. So what's gonna happen here is, I don't even know where. I don't even know where the hell Utah is. Wherever he's at, he's not gonna be able to find an angle that's gonna make this shit easy for your team. So the enemy team, what they do is they realize, hey, these kids have a terrible composition. They're not going to be able to beat us. You guys took here. You tried to go in that way. They realized we can absolutely beat the shit out of their Reinhardt with their composition because all you have is Lucio Anna. Once your nade's out and once you don't have amp, Ryan is just an easy target for them to roll up with goats, especially Zen goats. They're just gonna put Discord on there, wait for projected, and just burn through. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Is that, oops, is Q just gets dominated. Okay, so that's actually how this fight starts. So you guys go right. I don't mind taking point presence at first, but maybe the right call would have been, especially this composition, if you're gonna run this composition, would be instead of running this way, where it's ridiculously difficult for your Widow to get picks, maybe come this way instead. I still don't think you would have won that, but even then, you could have given them point and you wouldn't have had to defend this spot and then retreat to a terrible position. You could have went in here, brawled with them a little bit. You could use your Lucio to like kind of pull your Reinhardt away from their goats before he gets destroyed. Q can take this corner here and like play it better. If they do go to point, you can take this position here and Q can try and play around that wall, right? Go in here, go in there, and just use Lucio speed to just kind of move him in and out like that, right? I think that's the only way you could have played that better. When you went here, you guys decided we're going to defend this point, and when they ran in with goats, you should have said, okay, you guys get this point. But so let's watch how they do this. Utah's trying to get picks. He can't. Nades out. They see that. That's fucking huge. They have Discord on Q. You can see. No bubbles to take it off. They're going to hit speed and just beat the shit out of Q. That's exactly what happens. Once you lose your Reinhardt, that's the round there. Not the round, but that's the fight. So I think you guys keep the Anna. I think that was my fault. I think I said Nim practice Anna.
I should play Diva, right?
No, I'm not.
But let's go. Okay, so now you guys are running Anna goats, which isn't terrible in the Zen goats. Not ideal, doesn't allow your Reinhardt to do a lot, but so this positioning here, tell you how this could have went better here. Okay, so here, when you're taking this angle, you have Nim, who's in actually a really good position here. That's about as good as it's gonna get. You have Q right here. Here's this wall, there's this wall. If his shield goes down at all, then he's absolutely going to get destroyed if you don't have the cooldowns to protect him. You're going to have to try and DM his ass. You're going to have to try and nade, armor pack, projected. That's a lot of resources to put on your Ryan because of the positioning. So unless you're going to push through that choke hard as hell, which I wouldn't recommend because if you look at their ultimates compared to yours, 80 to 23, you have 64 to 47, not terrible. Their Ryan has Shatter, you're half to yours. You're beating them on Lucio ult, and then they have Trance, and you have a Nano. So, watch how this takes takes a place here.
Shield off.
So here they actually misplay. They use their projected super fucking early, right? Now Ryan doesn't have anything. Unfortunately, you don't have a Zenyatta. Or a Discord could have been put on him. And he could be in a lot of trouble. We have Ray. I like where he's at the moment. It's not terrible. That's a good stun that he put on him. Let's look a little more.
Bubble, bubble, bubble.
Not bad. How did he miss that Shad? So here, I would say, you know he has Shatter, or at least you should assume he just farmed your team hard as hell. You have to play a different kind of go. You already say shield's half, so you don't want to bring your shield so low that you get booped. I'm not sure. That Shatter just wipes your team. Yeah. All right, you call the give. That's big.
Okay, we got Nano, we got Shatter, we got
I can't even die.
So we're calling our own ults, but we're not calling theirs.
Let's go top again, except we're on speed.
Fucked out.
All right, so it looks like you guys lost that fight too. What happened, Grav?
I don't know. McCree. What the heck was that? That wasn't a...
Oh, you guys couldn't contest. That's fine. So here, you guys decide, fuck this shit. We're gonna go right back at them. So this is where I think it actually gets interesting. We'll actually be able to pull a lot of information out of this. Zen Goats v Zen Goats is always fun to watch.
Put this good on Ren. Need bubble now.
He got no bubbles. They got no bubbles. They got no bubbles.
Huge. So immediately, what should be happening here? They got no bubbles. Your Zen managed to get Discord on the Rhine. They have no bubbles. That's 8 seconds before this Reinhardt can get that Discord off of him. There needs to be an all-out communicational push for this. Ray should be DMing Q. I don't know if you guys used bubble, but if you didn't use bubble, that'd be even bigger. You're gonna want to push this hard as hell. You wanna. This is like the hardest thing to do in goats, Zen Goats v Zen Goats, and you did it in a matter of seconds. And the misplay here, I'm pretty sure, is gonna be the fact that you guys played super passive. Your Rhine doesn't have. Your Rhine doesn't have Discord. Their Rhine does. You guys need to beat the absolute shit out of that Reinhardt.
M1.
Alright, that Diva actually misplayed. That was big on the Diva. That was good work. See there?
You can't go up top. Yep.
Okay, I can bubble you.
Put this good on Ren.
So they used projected way too early.
Bubble now.
He's swinging. Discord's gonna get put onto him. Bang. Right here. Absolutely just burn him to the ground. We're playing passive. Okay. Did that Diva use jets there? What the hell was she thinking? Yeah, that Diva fed.
M1.
You got Discord on her, that's huge.
My shield's breaking.
Going for.
Lucy down.
Oh, fuck.
I want to see. It's hard to see because this video is scuffed as fuck.
One.
I'm full charge.
My shield's breaking.
Oh, he got pinned.
Oh,
That was the problem.
that's bugged it.
Yeah. So that wasn't actually your guys' fault. That was the pin that kind of said it. Watch this fight just devolve into absolute chaos, right? So you get their Diva, but they get your Diva, right? The Discord's on Lucio.
Shield's breaking.
Discord's still on Lucio. Discord has to be on Reinhardt here. Absolutely has to be.
Oh, fuck.
I didn't have ally health bars on either.
I have a trance next fight.
I have to make sure I change that.
Teammates, you guys wait there. We can
Yeah.
push in. We can push in. I think.
You want to try and pocket your ride as hard as you can, but I don't think you could have pocketed him any harder.
Middle.
Unless, again, this fucking video scuffed as fuck. Looks like Mrs. Pac-Man.
No bubble for you.
Alright, let's watch. Watch this fight. Here. Brig, no stun. Should be the first thing I hear. Punish Brig. Okay, that's good enough. Brig's gonna rally. Okay, they have trance. You guys have no ults. What are they coming up on? Shatter? Ryan's gonna get it pretty damn quickly. Okay, I'm gonna watch this as hard as I can. Angle's not perfect. Hey, you punish Brig. I just watched Ryan get projected again and not get Discord and focused. However, that being said, you use projected to help your Ryan stay alive. Is in a very hard position, right? Like, you guys have to... You have a Ryan, you have a Lucio, you have your Zarya, everyone else is just chilling. What happened was, they kind of like, what the fuck is he doing over here? Oh, he's Zen. Okay, never mind. He's good. They kind of like took a position here, and they're trying to like drive a wedge. You kind of see this? And like, this is a big tactic in GOATs. They probably did this accidentally, but what they're trying to do here is separate these guys over here, these guys over there, and what you do is just divide and conquer, right? So it's probably why. I'm assuming you also didn't track Reinhardt's ultimate, and he got off with a shatter.
No bubble for you.
Pins are strange in GOATs. Sometimes pins are clutch, sometimes pins are terrible. Try to minimize the amount of pins you do. It leaves you super vulnerable and your team vulnerable. I think the only time you really want to pin as Reinhardt is during a Grav Diva Bomb. You want to pin the Rein. Or maybe like a cheeky mid-fight pin. Maybe that's what you were going for there. But here, again, that pin is going to set your main tank over here. Your team's over here. So they tried to drive a wedge into you. What they ended up doing was creating a avenue of this entire conglomerate of people are going to get absolutely destroyed by this.
Ryan Discord, he has shatter.
And he just gets a 5k.
Got shattered.
And it's got to be a reset.
Spit all to get out. Good die.
So, right, like, we'll start this over. So this is how the fight should go here, right? What should happen is, first, Squid's over here. I'd prefer your Lucio's over here. I'd prefer him over here. Bringing your team in with to the Rhine. Or move both of you back to the team. Whichever you guys want to do. But this is how this fight should have went. Alright? So we realized Ryan has Shatter. We realized they have ult advantage. They won the first fight, right? Obviously. What should happen here is everyone try and stack up on your Ryan as hard as you can. You're going to wait for them to use a lot of cooldowns. Brig's cooldown is the first one. What you want to do if you guys were in proper positioning would be you would have you'd have your Brig that just saw this Brig use her bash. You'd use your Brig to stun their Brig. She would get discorded and absolutely fucking destroyed, right? You could even, maybe what he was trying to do is boop. It's a possibility. Way safer just to play as a team. This Brig could have just died instantly had your positioning been better. You guys just weren't in a position to punish her. So maybe that's good on her part. She's like, maybe I can make a risky play and shield bash a shield that doesn't do anything. I'm not sure, but her positioning is so bad. It's gotta die. She rallies. Now, what happens is because Squid was over here, you guys are separated from your team. So, Let's go here. Brig doesn't die. She rallies. Zarya's projected is on and off of Rhine super fucking quick. What should happen here is we got to get a Discord on the Reinhardt. Everyone should just... This Reinhardt's positioning here, he's way, way, way too easily punishable, right? Even if his team jumps in here with him, everyone is got to, like, beat the shit out of that Reinhardt. He has no projected. That means if Discord is placed on him, you can just speed boost. If you don't have amp, you can just use speed, and everyone gets close to each other. Like, Lucio's aura here isn't getting a lot of value, so it's kind of hard. But that being said, this Reinhardt could be discorded and absolutely destroyed. Like, that's when you play Zen Goats v Zen Goats. That's the idea, right? You have Reinhardt. You have Reinhardt, right? And then we'll say this is the middle ground, right? You have Zar, Diva. We'll say Zar, Ryan. Okay. They have Zar, Diva. They have Lucio. Actually, why don't I just do it like this? So this is being so scuffed. So what you do, you take your Reinhardt, you apply pressure to, oops. Their Reinhardt applies pressure, scuffed again. Ideally, what you would do is Reinhardt swings on Reinhardt. The Diva is going to use DM while that Reinhardt is swinging on this Reinhardt. This Reinhardt has two options. He either has to hold shield or he has to swing back on this Reinhardt, right? So 9 times out of 10, they're going to have to swing back, because if not, this Reinhardt's going to get ult economy, right? While this Reinhardt's swinging on this Reinhardt, you bait out projected. That's like the biggest part, right? Because if projected is down, that's 8 seconds of discord, right? And you have the damage, you have the utility to beat up a goats comp, right? So you have Ryan swings on Ryan, baits out projected. Once projected is gone, you get him to keep playing aggressive on the Reinhardt, get Discord on this guy. Once Discord's on him, you have 8 seconds to beat the shit out of this guy. You're going to use speed boost, you're going to use stuns, you're going to use your high damage, you're going to use your micro missiles. Everything goes, all your cooldowns go into that discorded Reinhardt, right? And you have speed boost, so you can, even if he has shield, you just go past it. You just beat him up, right? Once the Reinhardt's dead. Okay, so you did it right. You got projected out, you got Discord on Reinhardt, you used your speed, you killed the Reinhardt, right? He is gone. Now, where are you going after this? 2 things. So the idea with goats is you take a immobile heroes, add speed boost to them and a little bit of AoE healing, a lot of AoE healing, and you just move them over top of things that are also immobile, right? So your option is either Zarya or Brig. So these two will change. If Zarya is Omega Charge, she's number 1 priority after Rhine. So Rhine's number 1, Zarya number 2, Brig number 3. If Zarya is not high charge, say she's low charge Zarya, then Brig is number 2, Zarya is number 3. This situation, I can see by the thickness of that beam, Zarya is number 2. You don't even kill Ryan, so it's not important. But that's how you do it, right? Play aggro. Save your projected. Always try to use your projected barrier. Use yours second, never first. Because if you use yours first, your Ryan's at a disadvantage. They have cooldown advantage on you. Get projected out of here. Get Discord on him. Speed boost, micro missiles, high charge, Discord, all this shit's gonna go on him and he dies. Okay, Reinhardt's dead. Zarya number 2, high charge. Brig number 3. After that, it can just be cleanup. Zen's a good option. He has no mobility. So again, you just keep speed on, you just keep running over. And as these things are happening, right? As these things are happening, Reinhardt dies, Discord gets swapped to Zarya. Say Zarya uses her personal, even better. Re-Discord her, right? So Discord goes from here, then to here, then to here, then to here, and then whatever out of these two. Zen, D.Va, it can depend too, right? Because if D.Va is up, she can kind of make a fight difficult. If D.Va uses her jets, like how she did here, she used her jets, was super immobile. Now she's just as viable as like a Brig or a Zarya or a Zen. Like she's just as immobile without her jets, right? So sometimes D.Va can be thrown in there, but usually it's Rein, Zarya, Brig, okay? Or Rein, Brig, Zarya. I explained why. Then it can be either Zen or D.Va, depending on D.Va's cooldowns. Zen's usually a better shot, but honestly, you'll see it all the time in GOATs too, or competitive play. Once the Rein is dead, the fight is pretty much lost. GOATs is like such a strong composition, but it's super fragile, right? If anything gets just destroyed, then the whole composition falls apart. There's no shield, there's no aggression, there's no Discord, there's no DM. Any of these things get taken out of GOATs, it's just going to fall apart. So, Rein, Zar, Brig, Zen, D.Va, Lucio. Lucio because he's super fucking hard to catch. Alright, I explained why. It's just a battle of Discords. Don't overthink GOATs. Super simple, super mental. Didn't track his ult. Calls for no bubble. I don't know if it was hard for Utah to get LOS of the Rein, maybe, to get the Discord on. It's super fucking hard to do. Oh, you did get it. The second he got LOS. Okay, good. Yep, you guys have to reset. We go again, boys. Okay, we're doing it again. What are we gonna do here? Their positioning is hands down terrible. Bang, bang, right? They're all within punching distance, so they can definitely... The only reason this is bad is because they have to use cooldowns to get up into here, whether it's amp or jets or she has to use projector or whatever. They're playing so aggressively and forcing themselves to use bubble early to keep the Rein alive. You guys always have the advantage here. You just didn't know how to take advantage of it. So hopefully this kind of helps you guys. Rein's Discord? That has to be played super aggressively. Rein's still Discord. Huge. Rein goes down. That's big. Did you guys win this fight? Okay. Rein goes ridiculously aggro. He's got armor pack on him. There's nothing keeping that kid alive. Nim's actually kind of doing it right, where she knows the Rein needs to die, but her positioning kind of gets abused. Okay, so you guys use beat drop. I would use beat drop if the D.Va bomb is right inside there. I think Q could easily have blocked it. That probably would just have been communicated between you and Q, but just say no ult, I block, or something like that. That's a big shatter. Whether it was necessary is difficult to say because
Rein, focus Rein.
did Utah trance there too?
Rein, focus Rein.
Yeah, you trance too. That is a factory of sadness. Whoever we get playing our Zen Lucio's they gotta communicate what usually goes in. Usually you do your beat for a D.Va bomb and your trance for anything else. Only because trance doesn't keep you alive from Diva Bomb, beat does. That's not necessarily always the case, but like that's like painting with a broad brush. But always like communicate who's doing what. Never want to use. That's also another strong point of Zen Goats is you should always have a defensive ult on cooldown. If you roll the first team fight, you'll also have ult advantage. So now you win every single fight as long as you're smart about your engagements. Super hard to swap Goats. You have to do dry pushes. I'll explain that later. I don't think Shadow is necessary.
Shields up.
Support's on right. Support's on right.
I'm right.
Zen discorded. Zen is discorded.
Ryan Discord. Ryan Discord.
Nice.
Sorry.
I'm gonna die. I need.
You guys used all 6 fucking ults. I just realized that. All 6 fucking ults you guys just used to win a team fight. What's going to happen, regardless if you guys somehow win this, I don't know. I don't remember. Even if you win this, you're absolutely fucked the next fight if they have a single ult. You guys are not going to... In a situation like that where you have to use so many ults to keep a point, you'll have to get wiped and then dry push and then hopefully pull ults out of them, and then the next fight you can win. But it's 85%. There's no next fight. Maybe that's why you guys 3-year-olds. I don't know where this bomb got stuck at.
Support's on right.
Sorry, it has no bubbles. Okay.
Shields up.
That's gotta be the first thing that's called no bubbles. This Ryan's back. She has no bubbles for at least another 6 seconds, 5 seconds maybe at most. This bastard has to get Discord.
Support's on right.
Ryan's out here. Here. Look at his team. Ryan's over here just fucking chilling. Put Discord on that ugly bitch. Now you have Ray who can engage, Chaos who's high charge, Q who can beat the shit out of it, Nim who's 1v6ing. I mean, probably should be over here a little more, but that's okay. All things considered, it's not bad. That Ryan lives for so long, and then he's gonna put a shield up. Okay, now he's got Discord,
Ryan Discord.
and he dies. But it could have been like immediate.
I'm gonna die. I need heals. Ryan heals back.
I'm bringing our coming back. You guys will wait Zen.
Please. Please.
Sorry, yeah.
Did he have to trance there?
I'm gonna die. I need heals. Ryan heals back.
I'm bringing our coming back. You guys will wait Zen.
Please.
It would have been super close. I don't think you had the trance. I get like the situation. It was super vague whether or not it was necessary, but I think not trancing was the call.
Ryan Discord.
This run gets too many shatters out for free. So Q's down, but they just killed Reinhardt again. Just killed Lucio. There's only 2 humans alive on point right now. That being said, your Ryan could just soft disengage from this fight, let Harmony kill him, and then just go in. You have Zarya, you have Diva. Yeah, I don't think trance is necessary. It was a hard call to make, but I don't think necessary.
They're gonna exploit
Yeah,
that.
we were down the rest of our supports.
We have Shadow.
Yep. You guys are really good at realizing what ults you have, but not what the enemy team has.
Play this corner, like Brig try and get a sneaky bump onto Ryan when he walks through this choke, and then I'm gonna Shadow. So Brig play right here.
They're pushing main.
Look how early they use projected, dude. That Ryan gets booped. Oh my god, dude. That is so bad on their part, right? I mean, I get it. You guys don't know how to like play against goats, but your Ryan still has Discord there. I think it's, yeah, your Zarya gets picked in the grab. Nothing you can do there. Ray's getting farmed, so here, we'll go back. We'll.
Play right here.
So you guys want to play aggressive. The only thing that's going to win this fight is a fat shatter. He shatters into the shield. That's unlucky.
Play right here.
Okay. Let's look. Projected was used so early. I think he's just trying to get ult charge. But like they have to like use projected early and wait for it to come back up. Ryan got discorded. He got lucky and somehow fucking surfed up over. No big deal.
Ryan still has Discord. Ryan
Your Ryan has Discord.
still has Discord.
Q's gotta scream, dude. He's gotta be, I have Discord. I have Discord. This dude has got to run for the fucking hills. Like, Discord is death. You do not live with Discord if the enemy team is competent. And it looks like they're kind of like half competent, right? Because Zarya is like 1v1ing. Our Zarya is 1v1ing over here. They're just having a battle with the big dicks. But Diva's over here microing you. Ryan's swinging through your shield. You have Zen pressuring your shield. That Discord is going to absolutely rip you guys apart. So let's see. Instead, Q goes aggressive. Okay, so here's something that Q could learn from. When you're discorded, run for the fucking hills, dude. There's no reason, like, there's no way you survive that. There's no way you survive a Zen, a Ryan, and a Diva. Your heals are not that good. Like, that's not how Zen Goats works, right? Unless you're running Moira Goats, in which case, fucking just go AFK your brain and just roll them. But you're discorded. You can get shredded super quickly. You saw how fast you lost your health, dude. It was in 2 seconds, you're half health. You can't stop yourself from not dying. You have to play differently when you're discorded. Ray's getting farmed here, dude. This Zarya, I want to see where that Zarya's charge goes.
He's one.
That Zarya goes from 6%.
He's still one. He's down. I can stop point. It's fine. You got this.
That Zarya got nearly 50%. She got 60% of her ult from that.
Grabbing 10. Grabbing 10.
Ryan has Shadow.
I mean, you killed her, so good there.
Diva Discord. Zen.
Diva's discorded.
Can bubble you, Ryan? Can bubble you, Ryan?
Yeah, I don't think discording the Zen's the right call there.
Grabbing 10.
Big pick. Got 2. What is that Lucio doing? Diva's discorded.
Diva Discord.
So you gotta call Diva Discord. Diva no jets. Diva no shift. Diva no whatever the fuck you want to call it. Diva's discorded. She has no mobility. And she's not even doing anything. She's not doing a path of retreat. Like, if she was smart, she would play back here, try and take this here, try and, like, concede some high ground, even play here, play around the pillar. She's just going in circles, dude. She's just chilling out. She's like, okay, I'll just keep going around, chilling out, no big deal. The hit Diva should be dead 4 ways to fucking Sunday. But it gets moved over to Zen, which maybe he was low. Yeah, he's low. So, like, the idea was, okay, Zen's low, let's get him. But the idea should be Diva's damn near just as low. She has no mobility. She can't fucking go anywhere. Q can swing and beat the shit out of her. She could get demeched instantly if that Discord was still on her. I think she still gets demeched pretty quickly, but, like, with Discord and no mobility?
Can bubble you, Ryan? Can bubble you, Ryan?
No, the Diva actually... Oh, no, okay. She gets demeched.
Skinny here can kill me.
Okay, so imagine had you actually demech that Diva back here, she wouldn't have been able to escape here. And I'm pretty sure she escapes. Yeah, she just jumps over your Reinhardt.
I trans early to this.
I grab.
I have no bubbles again.
I have to hide shield. Ryan has Shadow.
Ryan's discarded.
I'm coming with beat.
It's a big...
Oh, no, we're good.
Cold target. What am I swinging at?
Big Discord.
You wanna grab? Grabbing Discord. Go Zarya.
Get the people who grab.
Good call, focusing the grab.
Sorry. Amp healing. Diva.
It's actually big. Okay, let's see what you guys did well there.
Kill baby if we can.
I trans early to this.
I grab.
Did they use projected there?
Skinny here can kill me.
Kill baby if we can.
Yeah, holy shit, dude. She even bubbled the wrong dude. Lucio takes projected. She has no personal.
I grab.
Wait a second.
I have to hide shield. Ryan has Shadow.
This Ryan needs to fucking go, dude. Oh, you let shield down at the wrong time.
I'm coming with beat.
Huge trans.
Oh, no, we're good.
Big trance. Okay, so what do you do now?
Cold target. What am I swinging at?
Big Discord.
Rig is the right call here. Ryan just got fucking destroyed because the Zarya played her bubbles like a bonobo.
Big Discord.
You wanna grab?
Rig should die instant.
Go Zarya.
Get the people who grab.
Big. Zarya's got to get discorded.
Diva.
Don't shatter here.
Big Discord.
Couldn't kill the baby, not a big deal.
Wait a second, wait a
I
second,
have to
wait a
hide
second.
shield,
You have
Ryan
to
has
somebody.
Ryan dies, okay, yada yada yada. They get shatter, but Utah clutches with the trance.
Huge trance, huge trance.
Oh, no, we're good.
Dope.
Cold target, cold target. What am I swinging at?
Big Discord, big Discord.
Ryan fed, Briggs dead.
Get the people who grab.
Briggs dead, Ryan's dead, Zarya's dead. No shat.
Amp healing. Diva.
You could have used shatter to maybe clutch the next fight.
They got one more push. Yeah, push into it.
We could aggro them. We could aggro them.
Swing.
Okay, we got speed.
I don't want to go further. Back up. Speed us out.
Ryan is Discord.
Was that just an unlucky pin? I was typing, I didn't watch.
Okay, we got speed.
I don't want to go further. Back up. Speed us out.
Ryan is Discord.
Unlucky pin. Unlucky positioning, but unlucky pin.
Point.
And now they have ultic on me. They're just going to absolutely molest you with all their ults. You're down to Lucio. You don't win these. Your positioning's all over the place.
That was all my fault.
Q pins off the map.
Damn.
That went better though. That went a lot better now that we know.
Yeah.
I kind of threw.
Okay. See how this map goes. Okay, so what are we running here? Zen goats again. So, especially on a map like this, Ryan goats versus Winston goats, bang, you get the upper hand. So, the second you see that you're going up against a Winston, just fucking go bananas here. So, like, in this composition, your focus changes a little bit. You're going to want the most immobile thing, right? And in the most immobile thing in their composition is their Zarya. So, you're going to force movement abilities out of those dive tanks. And because you have such a beefy fucking frontline with Ryan Zar and they have kind of like Winston Div, you just beef up your frontline, go in, discord your Winston, force him to move out because he can't do much damage when you can. And then discord on your Zarya. Once her bubbles are down, speed boost beat the shit out of this. Or speed boost and try and, if the Winston didn't jump too far away, beat the shit out of him. If Winston uses a movement ability to get into you, that's like, he's basically like a scuffed Reinhardt, beat the shit out of him. Diva with no mobility, beat the shit out of her. But ideally, you're going to want to try and get discord on this thing, if you can get it. Or discord on this thing is another good one. Zarya is huge, though. If they lose Zarya, they're basically running a terrible dive comp into you. He's a 5v6. Would be my assumption here. You want to get Zarya out as fast as you can. She does a lot of damage. Their team does not do very much damage at all without Zarya. So you take this fight here. I don't know what happened earlier. I'm not going to rewind. But here, super fucking sad. They have boop, boop, boop. A slight displacement with her right click. Omega boop. Bang. You have 5 things that could potentially knock your guys' ass off that point into over here, which I'm pretty sure just happens. This kind of composition, go left. Here to here is also fucking super dangerous. Like when you go from inside this pagoda. When you go from inside this pagoda, you want to like amp into point and then just fight around inside here as like a big 6-man, right? Okay, so let's see how you guys handle this.
Diva boot. Diva Discord.
Bang. Someone instantly gets booped. But beauty of this is you guys have
We go left next.
you guys have fucking Ryan instead of Winston.
No, we win this.
Yeah, super easy.
I need heals.
Zen Discord.
I'm contesting point.
Harmony's got to go on Ryan here.
We win this.
Did your Brig use?
I need heals.
Zen Discord.
Harmony's on our Lucio.
I'm contesting point.
Yeah. Harmony's got to go on our Ryan.
He's gonna kill me. Yeah.
Not sure where the Brig armor was, but that's okay.
I didn't realize that.
I think you guys have to reset. Yep. Hard reset.
We go left side.
They're still on Winston goats.
It's a choke that's favorable.
Okay.
Discord.
We
Greg.
go.
Bubble down. Winston.
Stun on the Winston. Dope.
We have to win this fight now. Discord, Brig.
You guys, it seems a lot of times too, like, alts are just used
We have to win this fight now.
just to try and, like, swing a team fight hard. When you basically swung a team fight hard when they lost their Winston. All you had to do was just manage your cooldowns properly and systematically take down their team, right? Winston's dead. Who's next? Zarya. Who's next? This. Force ultimates out of them. They're going to have ult economy. They beat you on the first fight, and I think the second, or at least the first, really hard. You can see they all have ult economy. Well, that's not true. You guys had Diva Bomb, you guys had Shatter, you guys had Trance, but you use all these things to engage on, get nothing out of, get a pick with the Winston, which I don't think you used ults to even get, or if you did, you only needed one of those. Try to use ults when you have to, not when you feel like you just want to. Like, use them to, like, sway a team fight, use them to turn a team fight from bad to good. But don't use your ults because it's gonna make cleaning up easier. Don't force yourself to take a lazy path. Just, you got the Winston, group up. You're not grouped at all here.
Bubble down. Winston.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Bubbles down. This is a terrible angle to see what you guys are doing.
win this fight now.
So, you guys are all grouped. Your Ryan, I'm pretty sure, is about to go. Yeah, so here you got half your team's going this way, some of your team's going this way. Instead of doing that, everyone goes one way. If this is where we want to go because the break's there, that's perfectly fine. If this is where we want to go because I'm pretty sure that's a Zarya, no, that's their Diva, that's perfectly fine too. But you have to pick one. It can't be both sides unless you're going to meet around both sides or going to meet around here and you group on the other side in the center. That would be okay, but even that's going to be hard to do. Well, it wouldn't be terribly hard to do. But I don't think you guys do that. I'm pretty sure you guys both go around the point.
Brig, no shield.
Oh shit, no, Ray gets picked. Okay.
Bubble down. Winston.
I should have played it and then watched, huh?
Go. We have to win this fight now.
Cool target.
Diva. Ray gets discorded. Ray's got to be... Okay, Ray gets picked, so that's what's happening.
Brig, no shield.
Ray's going to get fucking deleted. Chaos is to the left here. That was actually a really good boop.
Oh, I got booped into the air.
Now you guys have to reset. So, let's look at ult economy. They have 2 defensive ults. Primal's coming up. No one's calling ults. You have Rally. You have Beat. You might get Trance in the middle of a fight. They don't have Grav. They don't have Bomb.
We also have Grav.
Winston plant. Q, you have orb. You're gonna have to lead.
Winston?
Brig bubble.
You get CC locked. Primal.
Q, you have orb. You're gonna have to lead.
I wish I was not typing. I could see.
Winston?
Brig bubble.
I don't know if it's the case, but I'm going to assume something. I'm assuming that projected came out way too fucking early. Especially in goats. Don't use your projected in order to get charge. It's the worst thing your bubbles can be used for goats or use your bubbles for in goats is to get charge. You're going to get 100 charge no matter what because that's how goats works. So I'm assuming what happened. The camera angle was terrible. I'll assume, which probably may or may not have happened, but probably went in, got bubbled really early, got CC'd because the bubble came off, and then Winston was like, fuck, his team's not following him up. I'm going to beat his ass, pushes him off.
Point.
I got booped.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm still in.
Point.
I got booped.
We have trans. Focus trans. Focus.
You guys are down 3. It's like a latch ditch effort, but
I didn't think they had primal. That's a big shatter. Pocket
Doesn't
around.
matter. They used beat.
Okay, so gonna end this video because it's probably like 100 years long. First thing we gotta do. Positioning. So again, you guys talked about it. Grouping on your Rhine. Shit like that. Realizing where your position is and how your guys are going to get either abused or abuse the enemy's position. So this is not only your positioning, so like your positioning, yours. I don't think that's a word. Scuffed coach. And then theirs. So your positioning is going to be, where's the Reinhardt at? Okay. Theirs is going to be, where is their players in position to their Reinhardt? So, I don't know how to write that. So we'll just say like, for instance, where's Brig at in relation to Ryan? If she's out of position, beat her ass. If D.Va's out of position, beat her ass. Okay. So you're positioning around your Reinhardt, you're positioning around your Zen, you're positioning around Brig, you're positioning around each other, you're positioning when you engage, you're positioning when you disengage, your positioning is not just where are you standing, it's got to be where are you standing, where are they standing, what cooldowns did they use, or what cooldowns can they use to reposition. Like, think of all these fucking things. It's a huge brain. Goats is not just click on their head's forehead, or like, it's not fucking just hit W and win forehead. Like, if it's goats v goats, it's a battle of cooldowns and positioning, and both teams position poorly and both teams ulted poorly, but positioning is probably like the biggest thing, and you guys already realized that positioning around your ride makes life so much easier. I would say after positioning, bang, I would say your target priority. So what do I mean by target priority? That looks so fucking ugly. So I mean Ryan, then Zarya, then Brig, then I'll just say D.Va, and then Lucio, and then everything else. So no matter what happens, we already learned Ryan's always got to be the bitch that goes first. And Winston goats, you're just going to go for Zarya or one of the dive tanks that are mobile. It's way less efficient to run Winston D.Va goats than it is Ryan goats. You just fucking roll them. So target priority is not huge. Your positioning is going to be a lot bigger. We learned that if Zarya has high charge, like we'll say, for instance, 50 and above or 40 and above, whatever, it doesn't matter. If she hurts you, take Zarya out. If Zarya is not creating a lot of pressure on your team and doesn't really hurt you, take Brig out. So like these two, interchangeable, right? Then we learned if D.Va has cooldowns, go, not Lucio. Okay. I meant Zen. So we learned that if D.Va doesn't have cooldowns, she's a good target. If she does have cooldowns, Zen's a better target. Just immobile. You're going for just immobile without cooldowns, and immobile, right? So what else did we learn today? We'll say force Discord on Ryan. How did we learn to do that? We learned that if you apply pressure to their Rhine, force out their projected barrier, and then once that projected barrier is out, the Reinhardt will have Discord. Projected barrier is a cooldown of 8 seconds. So what'll happen is Ryan will have Discord for 8 seconds. Your whole team, including your Reinhardt, should push all over that Reinhardt while using your projected to cleanse the Discord that happens to be on your Reinhardt. You'll cleanse it off. Your Reinhardt doesn't have Discord. The Reinhardt does have Discord. You win. GG. We learned that along the lines of forcing Discord on Ryan, we learned that most of your cooldowns need to go into your Reinhardt. So that being DM your Rhine, that means projected barriers for your Rhine. That means armor packs from Brig on your Rhine. That means Harmony Orb on your Rhine. That means either amping heals or fortunately, hopefully you speed boost for your Rhine. This dude right here, if you enable your Rhine and they don't enable their Rhine, it is a GG team wipe every single time. There's nothing they can do. If they mismanage their barriers, nothing their Reinhardt can do. His positioning can be decent. He can call for a pullout. Maybe his team can get him away from him if you can't get on top of him fast enough. Most of the time, he's fucked. So force Discord on Ryan. Then I'll say, for lack of a better word, pocket your Ryan. Okay. What else did we learn? Alt management. So 6. Oops, that's scuffed. Using 6 alts all at the same fucking time. Very bad. We don't want to do that. Pretend we never did that before. Using, let's say using Shatter. Use Shatter to build your Grav. And then once you have Shatter, you won't have Shatter, then you'll have Grav. Use your Grav to build your Shatter. And your Shatter will have to build your Grav. Just kind of keep cycling these, ultimate cycling. So another thing you do, especially with Zen Goats, you're going to run your Lucio. Say like you, for instance, you beat drop. And then while he's using his ult, Zen should have Trance. And then the next fight, you'll have Trance, and you'll use Trance. And then Lucio build beat. And then, oops, almost scuffed it. You'll have beat, you build your Trance. Brig ult, it's kind of awkward when to use. You can use it as like a movement ability. It's something to like keep your Rhine even healthier if he somehow gets low. Shit like that. Brig ult's kind of funny. Don't worry too much about Brig ult. It's like your team is even tankier than it should be because it's already fucking 3 support, right? So you use that to like swing a fight at like an initial. Maybe you lead a fight with Brig ult, especially now that armor decays. So lead a fight with Brig ult, and then you can use your Brig ult kind of like with your Shatter or something like that. So you like rally with your Shatter, and then that builds your Grav, and then you can Brig ult or Brig swing on the Grav, then you build your rally. Just kind of do it with like the Rhine. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I don't think there's really much more to Zen Goats. Moira Goats is a little different, but it's just more brainless. You see people getting low, throw orb. Hopefully their diva doesn't eat your orb. try and make it difficult for her to eat. Coalescence to keep people alive. Zen Goats is just so strong right now that unless you're running goats against a composition that isn't goats, Moira Goats isn't really that good against actual goats. So, yeah, I think that's a long enough video. I'll probably just fucking put a TLDR and make you guys at least watch this part. I would also say, before I kill the vid, right? Communication, right? So, what do I mean about communication? I mean, Ryan should never be asking his team, what am I swinging on? Ryan should be commanding his team to swing on what he's swinging on. That goes under your positioning. Your Briggs should be next to your Ryan, swinging on what he's swinging on. Your Zarya should be pocketing your Ryan. It should be beaming down what he's beaming on. D.Va should be micro-missiling that shit. But now that your Reinhardt knows this, obviously a team fight can change this. Say like Zarya's out of position and doesn't have personal, discord her, beat the shit out of her. And then it could go Zarya, Ryan, Brig, whatever. Whatever, like that one fight, Brig was way out of position. Discord the Brig, beat her ass, Ryan, Zarya, D.Va. Like, this thing, it will always rotate. So, like, it's not set in stone. You don't always have to kill the Ryan. If D.Va feeds like she did the one time, she used her jets to get into you, discord the D.Va, speed boost, Ryan, Zarya, Briggs. Like, you just keep going down the line. If someone makes a mistake, punish the mistake first, then go back to your list, right? Communicate who you're going on. So, communicate the target. Communicate your position. So say, Ryan, I'm not with you. Ryan, I'm not with you. And that'll cause your Ryan to play more passive. Say, Ryan, go left. Everyone on Ryan left. Everyone on Ryan left. Something like that. Call out their positioning. If you see a Brig that is terribly out of position, say, Brig can die. Brig can die. She's feeding, or something simple like that. Doesn't have to be so wordy, but Brig feeding, something like that. And then everyone should just turn smack on the Brig. Or like, Brig in our front line. Beat the shit out of the Brig. So calling your targets, calling your positioning, calling your ults. It's super easy to track your ults when you can see them. A little more difficult to track the enemy ults when you can't see them. In this kind of meta, almost always assume the Reinhardt has Shatter unless he just used Shatter at the very end of a fight. That's probably the only time Ryan's never going to have Shatter. Just always assume he has Shatter. Not always assume, but try to track his ult as best you can. If your team, in that situation where Ray was getting farmed by the Zarya, and the Zarya was super high charge, and we saw her go from 0% to 60, or 5% to 60, Ray needs to say, hey, don't be ashamed of it. Say, hey, I fed the Zarya. She's close to grab, or something like that. Like, your team doesn't know what the fuck you're doing all the time because they're focused on what they need to be doing. So if you realize you're being farmed, or you realize that the Ryan just fucking swung on D.Va for 20 minutes and you're like, fuck, dude, Ryan definitely has Shatter. Communicate that with your team. Don't just pretend that like your team will just know, right? There's got to be one person, we'll try and work on it, where one person just talks about who is going to start the conversation of ult tracking, and then everyone should add in on that because no one knows what happened to everything in the team fight, right? So try and, as 6, communicate what ults they have. Even if you have to go like, okay, Ryan has this. Okay, Zarya has this. Okay, Brig has this. Like, just go down the line. Does Brig have ult? No. Does Winston have ult? Yes. Like, even if that's how you have to do it, it's not a bad idea. Communication, targeting, positioning, ult tracking. I think that's about it. I'm not gonna make this video 20 fucking years long. I already have, so it's too late. All right, guys. Definitely watch this. Give it a look. Hopefully it helps. All this information is not the Bible, right? I have my flaws. This is, to the best of my knowledge, watching Owl and Contenders and all this other shit, and listening to other videos. This is what I have acquired from a bunch of fucking videos. Some of this might not be 100% correct, but this will definitely get you on your way, if not way further on your way than the teams that you're gonna be facing in like your division, your tier, whatever. So, all right, dudes. Until the next time, GGs.